So we just have, counting this game, only 4 more league matches to go. South Africa versus Afghanistan, if other results had gone their way, it could have actually been a thriller. But this is a kind of a dead rubber.
Exactly.
With New Zealand's win yesterday, your remaining 4 games, the India game anyway was a dead rubber. The remaining 3 games with this one and tomorrow 2 games, they are all dead rubbers. Because
Pakistan will argue that they do still have slight technical chance. Way more so than I think
miraculous
Afghanistan.
chances, you mean.
Kudrat ka Nizamish chance. But I think all intents and purposes that's done. For Afghanistan, the situation is worse. They need to be winning by how many?
So the latest situations, Afghanistan have opted to bat. So that is one part of the job done. Now, the victory margin for them to overhaul New Zealand's net run rate is 438 runs.
So that's probably not happening then.
Yes. Afghanistan will probably have to score 500 and bowl South Africa out for 60.
I mean, it's never been done in the history of cricket. So I think we can safely say that all due respect to this Afghanistan team, they ain't scoring 500 runs.
Yes.
But I think they will want to win, end the tournament on a high, because they would have had, I think,
5 wins?
5 wins, that's 10 points. I mean,
and beating 3 world champions.
Exactly. So that's a really good showing from them. Of course, you can argue that, in some cases, conditions would favor them, but they did have the talent to even win in those conditions. So full credit to them in that regard.
And Afghanistan are coming after their ultimate heartbreak that they had against Australia. I mean, let's be very honest. Afghanistan need not even have had the net run rate situation had Mujib taken the catch of Glenn Maxwell.
Absolutely. If Maxwell, any of those many times he rode his luck, if he wasn't that lucky, I think today we would have been saying for Afghanistan, all they need is a win. Yes. Because that was how it was. If they won their next 2 games, they would have been on 12 points.
Yes.
In 12 points, even New Zealand, by the way, would have been knocked out.
Yep. But unfortunately, you just dropped the World Cup, mates. That's how Afghanistan will be feeling, because Mujib dropped that catch on 34. One of the costliest drops probably in this decade.
Yeah, I mean, it's the second costliest World Cup drop for me after Gibbs.
Gibbs against Steve Waugh in 1999 Leeds, and that's why it's going to be. I'm struggling to see Afghanistan put up a much tougher fight against South Africa here. But then yes, they're very strong. I think the team has been told that, okay, don't worry, you've overperformed in this World Cup.
Absolutely. I mean, people tend to forget that them even being in contention for the semis with 2 games to play was very much an overachievement. Most people did not, and mind you, right now, technically, they can still finish above Pakistan.
Yes.
If they get a win today, then that's it.
That's it. And remember, Pakistan's job is also tougher. I mean, they have to beat England by 287 runs. Forget that. If they are chasing a target of 100, they need to do it in 4 overs.
Yeah. Less than that, in fact, 3.4.
They have to go like AB de Villiers in that sense. So
we have the team news also, and let's see. Oh, they've made a change. Very, very interesting.
Oh, so Lungi Ngidi's injury is not that serious as we initially thought it would be. So Quinton de Kock, Temba Bavuma, Rassi van der Dusen, Aiden Markram, Heinrich Klaassen, Andile Feklukueo comes
Exactly.
in.
So they've dropped, I think if I'm not wrong,
there's no Tabaresh Shamsi.
Exactly. Shamsi is the one they've dropped. They've brought in Feklukueo to add to their batting and bowling, you could say.
Batting and bowling.
Yeah. Then there's David Miller, there's Gerald Kirksey, Keshav Maharaj, Kagiso Rabada, and Lungisani Ngidi. Of course, Ngidi was the one, person we were all watching out for, because he pulled up multiple times in that match against India. And thereafter, you thought, okay, maybe this is the World Cup over. Clearly not, because he's playing.
Yep.
And Tabaresh Shamsi, to be fair, didn't have the best of outings. And I think South Africa don't really feel the need to be playing 2 spinners for the most part anyway. Just Maharaj.
And there is no Marco Jansen. Gerald Ketsia comes in.
Oh, very, very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Jansen went around the park in Kolkata, 90 runs. And remember, if you're talking about Afghanistan being in a low mental space, look at South Africa. Absolutely demolished for 83, losing by 243 runs against India. I mean, 2 teams that have been absolutely blown away. But I may say Afghanistan would face the greater heartbreak, because they could have won, and it would have been an earthquake that went off the Richter scale in world cricket. I mean, beating 5-time world champions Australia.
Oh, man.
And yesterday, the comments, I tend to agree. They are the Real Madrid of cricket, if you have to look at Australia. When they come to the knockouts, they are an alpha team, just like Real Madrid. Knockouts, alpha team in that sense. So Quinton de Kock is there. He might want to get another big score and overhaul maybe Rohit Sharma's tally and get nearer to Matthew Hayden's mark. Because remember, 673 runs. Tendulkar, Hayden, all of that, they have come to that mark. Can Quinton de Kock do it? He's only about 150 away.
I mean, considering he's got this match and at least potentially another match in the semi, you would be a brave man to bet against it. Brave man to bet against it. Let's take a look also at the Afghanistan playing 11, and they've gone in unchanged, by the way. So you've got Remunullah Gurbaz and Ibrahim Zadran at the top of the order. Rahmat Shah, who's probably been their most underrated bat throughout this World Cup, Rahmat Shah. Then you've got Hashmatullah Shahidi, Azmatullah Omarzai, Mohammad Nabi, Rashid Khan, Ikram Ali Khil, the wicketkeeper, Mujibur Rahman, Noor Ahmed, and of course Naveen ul Haq, who, for all intents and purposes, is playing his final ODI game for Afghanistan.
Of course, final ODI game. And remember, Ibrahim Zadran scored a magnificent century against Australia, which went in vain. At one point, we were even wondering whether Australia will even get past Ibrahim Zadran's score.
Exactly.
91 for 7, and had that catch been taken, 91 for 8, game over. And Afghanistan today would have been in semi-final contention. But
sadly, it wasn't to be. But I think this team can potentially put up a good fight against South Africa. Remember, we're talking about Afghanistan having, let's say, a little bit of heartbreak in the last match. I think South Africa were jolted back to reality.
Yes.
Because again, a team that was scoring 300, 400 for fun, to be dismissed 80 all out, it could be a very big psychological blow, and Afghanistan would want to end their tournament on a high.
Yep, and remember, South Africa are chasing something that they never have done well in this World Cup, barring that one game that they had against Pakistan.
And even that, by the way, was very, very close. Could have gone either way.
By the skin of their teeth.
Were it not for that umpire's call, could have
that's
been
the same photo that is trending in Pakistan even now. Yesterday also it was pointed out, it was trending, that one umpire's call decision. It made the difference. Pakistan also, if they had to beat England, they didn't need the net run rate if they had won that game.
Exactly, because then they would have been on 12 points. Then net run rate wouldn't have mattered.
Yep.
But sadly it does. And South Africa are the team who have sealed their qualification.
Yep.
Unlike Pakistan, who at this point are relying on the miracle of Qudrat ka Nizam. And I'm saying that because it's a double miracle that they need.
Double miracle.
287 runs, forget about it. And 16 ball chase, forget about it.
And it's England, yeah. Come on. They may have had a horrible World Cup, but they are not that mediocre a team.
I mean, if they were playing against Bangladesh, I would have given them a sniff.
Yeah.
Or maybe the Netherlands. Maybe.
Yeah.
But beyond that, no. Beyond that, for all intents and purposes, they seem out.
Airport, it's like Virendra Sehwag giving them the ultimate this thing. Pakistan, bye-bye. Hope you enjoyed all the hospitality in India. Hope you enjoyed a certain food item that we are very well used to when it comes to Pakistan. So, yep, it's bye-bye to Afghanistan. Biryani. It's bye-bye to Afghanistan and Pakistan because 438. If you thought Pakistan's chances were improbable, even Afghanistan, who's winning by 438 runs on ODI?
That's the problem.
It's hardly been done in tests.
Exactly. ODIs, forget about it. ODIs, you've never scored 500.
Yeah.
So you can never imagine a win by 438 runs. Not a chance.
499 was the highest. And that was won by 200 runs. That was Netherlands putting up a good fight. So this is South Africa, a team that has already qualified for the semi-final. And today, the one box that they'll be aiming to tick is if they restrict Afghanistan to a low score, they'll want to chase it down emphatically. Then put to bed all the things that, you can't chase, you can't chase, you can't chase. And remember, South Africa's ultimate heartbreak in 1999 came while chasing. 213. And Alan Donald, one of the guys, he's in the news for not agreeing with the Bangladesh management.
And actually apparently annoying a few people in the BCB management.
But Alan Donald is old school. He speaks his mind out, and that's why nice guys finish last. That happens. A lot of Bangladeshi journalists are saying, nice guys finish last. It's epitomized in Bangladesh cricket system. So Alan Donald, I think he'll be asked an explanation and potentially tata, bye-bye, see you.
I mean, I would say that's Bangladesh's loss, if that's the case.
It is. But anyway, Bangladesh are playing tomorrow, another woeful World Cup campaign, and I hope my mic can settle on this kurta. By the way, we are wearing kurtas today, firstly to our family members who are there. Very happy Dhanteras to all of you. Let's hope that you have a year filled with prosperity, joy, and may the brightness of Diwali all shine upon you, because It's raining in Delhi NCR and we have had a massive relief from
Oh
the
my
pollution.
god, you have no idea how nice it is, guys, to actually, and if you're in the Delhi NCR region, you'd agree. When you're driving, you can put the window down and feel that cool air. Of course, I couldn't keep it down too long because the rain was started.
And I couldn't come by bike. Today was the ideal weather to come in the bike, but unfortunately it was raining. So that's why
That's the problem.
Yes.
So anyway, that's the thing. I mean, we've got that relief, and in case you're wondering why it is we're so nicely dressed up, no worry, we'll be dressed up like this on Diwali also, because we'll be in
course.
office with you guys. But the main reason we're dressed up like this today is because today in office is Diwali party, right?
Yes, it's party time today. Yes, World Cup party is going on, but today is a festival party and we are all going to be really geared up for that as well. So,
Oh yeah. By the way, you're not seeing the full part of Siddharth's costume. You'll see that in the middle of the innings.
Yes, mid
And
innings.
believe you me when I say it's a sight to behold.
Of course, it is a sight. I like to set the stage on fire, and Shane has really given me a very nice preview of that. So, what about the situation in this match, Shane? Predictions?
Predictions. I mean, look, I do think, South Africa do start favourites. So I'm going to lean towards them. But this is Ahmedabad. I mean, you never really know. Two things. One, even if it's an absolute batting friendly track, then I do expect that Afghanistan could get to about 290. 290, but I do think South Africa will huff, puff and just about get home.
Yeah.
That being said, though, this is with the assumption that it's a normal track. If it turns a little bit, South Africa need to be afraid.
Yes.
They need to be very afraid.
Yep. So I will say somewhere around 255. Provided this Afghanistan team really bats the way it does. Looking at their low morale, I don't know. That's why. And South Africa might actually struggle. I'm going with Afghanistan.
That's what I'm saying. I do think they'll win, but it won't be that easy. I don't think it's going to be that
I'm saying
easy.
Afghanistan are winning.
Very interesting. Very,
Yeah.
very interesting. Split opinions.
Yeah.
And very close. I don't think it's going to be like a big win today.
Yeah.
I just get that feeling.
Yep. So Afghanistan versus South Africa. South Africa already in the semi-final. Date sealed 16th November versus Australia in Kolkata. Afghanistan heartbreak, but if they win today or even if they lose, they go out of this World Cup with their heads held absolutely high.
They've overachieved. Simple as that.
Correct. 3 champions, could have had a 4th, but it took a big show freak to ensure that.
Exactly. I mean, that's the thing. It took an absolute freak knock to ensure that they didn't win.
Yes.
So that itself is a massive credit.
Yep. All eyes will also be on Mujibur Rahman, the way how he shapes up today after the onslaught that he had and the catch drop. And he's a youngster. Let us all.
Yeah, people tend to forget he's very young because he's been around the scene for a while. So people tend to forget he's like 24 if I'm
23,
not wrong.
24, yeah. He, Noor and Rashid, I think there's just a gap of 1 year between them.
That's the thing.
The oldest is Nabi among the entire bowling crew. Even Naveenul Haq is retiring at the age of 24.
24.
here.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. So the oldest in this entire bowling group is Mohammad Nabi. Azmatullah Omarzai also is I think about 26 or 27. I don't know. But it's a relatively young group. And to think Rashid, 10 years if he continues to play, he can shatter so many records.
Exactly that.
So that's the situation. Split opinion. I think Afghanistan are winning, but Shane saying South Africa are winning. So let's see how it goes. Afghanistan batting first. Even if they get to 255, game over because they are not qualifying well. They need to be 500 and hope South Africa are bundled out for 60. That's the only way they can make it. So thank you so much folks for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on sports today. There is one very heartwarming video of Rachin Ravindra and his grandparents. You don't want to miss that out. It will be soon up on Sports Today. Check that out as well. From me and Shane, it's bye-bye. Happy Dhanteras to all of you and we'll be back for the mid-innings. Bye-bye.